third of the size of the stage. I'm not getting in there with some strange Hawaiian I never met before. And what? So he takes us down to the bottom of the ocean, and that's when he pulls the brake up and goes, here's the part where one of you guys blow me, or we're not going anywhere. Because I don't give a shit. My wife just left me, so I'll stay down here till we fucking die. Now, because you don't know my wife. She'd go, Bob, start sucking, because we got shit to do today. And we're going to miss the luau. So my wife signed us up for this stupid thing. They pick you up early in the morning and take you to the top of a volcano. You done it? Yeah. Terrific. So you weren't getting laid either that morning. So otherwise, why would you be up that early? She said, Bob, we're going to be on top of the volcano and you're above the clouds and the sun comes up and it's just you looking at the sun. Yeah. I kind of remember being told you're not supposed to look at the sun. And then we're out front. The minivan comes to pick you up and the driver goes, hey, you better bring a sweater or a jacket because it's real cold up there. Well, I didn't bring a jacket because I thought I was going to be making out with my wife on the beach, not like on Mount Everest looking for my car keys. So I go back to the hotel room, put on I got underwear, my bathing suit over the underwear, shorts over the bathing suit, Levi's over the shorts, a t-shirt, a Hawaiian shirt, and the bathrobe from the hotel. And I'm riding there in this minivan looking like a fucking mental patient on the way back to Bellevue. And then they take you up there, the sun comes up, and they go, that's it. And they don't take you back to your hotel. They give you a fucking bike to ride back. They do. You have to ride down to this little village, and then they pick you up. I think it's called Pompeii. And I said, I'm 58. I haven't been on a bike in a long time. He said, you don't even have to pedal. No, you don't. You just have to keep your sphincter shut so you don't shit on the back wheel and slide off the fucking mountain. But no, you don't have to pedal. She wanted to try parasailing, and that was fun. In Maui, you're on a really beautiful yacht. You got the parachute on, and they let you out like on a giant fishing reel. It's this big reel that unwinds, and you go up there, and they take you around. And at the end, they just reel you in, and you land like right on your seat. Last year, we were in Puerto Vallarta, and they do it a little different over there in Mexico. First of all, the boat's not that nice. Second of all, you're not on the fucking boat. I'm wearing a parachute like a fucking lunatic, standing in front of my hotel with a rope going from me running down the sand into the ocean. And I got some guy next to me going, see my friend on the boat out there? When he gives you the thumbs up, start running towards the water. Like you have a choice. Like you could turn around and run the other way and pull the boat out of the ocean. And this thing yanks me up in a real unnatural angle, and I'm screaming. I'm terrified. I mean, I am. I'm looking down and I'm going, shit, this isn't even their boat. They don't have fucking insurance. This is really a bad idea. And I'm like, help! Then all they hear is, they don't even know what the fuck's going on over there. I take my family on the road sometimes, and it's fun going with them. And my daughter saw this billboard, swim with the dolphins. And she's like, Dad, I want to do that. I said, that's not right. They're supposed to be free in the ocean like God intended, not in a freak show at SeaWorld. And she said, I always wanted to swim with the dolphins. Yeah. Always? Or since you saw the fucking sign? Because I don't remember ever hearing about it before. But we go there, and for what they charge, you should be able to swim with the Miami Dolphins. I said, look, here's how it's going to work. You walk near the edge of the pool, I'll bump into you. You slip and fall in there, pet him a few times, and then let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, she don't want to do it like that. It's only fun if I pay. So then you pay, and they take you in a room where they got a guy that tells you what you can do and what you can't do when you're in the water with the dolphin. And he's got a scar from here across his face like that. Yeah. Like he kind of knows what you're not supposed to do. And he says, rule number 1, do not stick anything into the blowhole. And that did it for me right there. I'm on the floor crying, and my kids, yeah. Are you kidding? And she's like, Dad, it's not funny. And I said, yes, it is. And I'll tell you why. Because that means somebody already stuck something in the blowhole. And basically what they're saying is they don't want it to happen again. Okay, now you can pet the dolphin's nose. Don't grab his tail. No poking in the eye. No poking in the eye? Wow, the place down the street, they give you a stick to... And then he says, boys and girls, the dolphin's got a real soft belly, and you can rub his belly, but don't go past where the belly button would be, because he's got the same thing you've got. And I said, the dolphin's got herpes? How the fuck did you know I have that? Hey, you start talking like that, and that pool empties real fast. And you have an opportunity to have some real quality one-on-one time with the dolphin. Everyone else is rinsing off. You do stink after you swim with them. I remember driving back to the hotel. I practically begged my kids to shit in their pants just to freshen it up in the car a little bit. Swim with the dolphins. They should leave animals alone, you know? That's why I wasn't surprised when that thing happened with Siegfried and Roy. You take a tiger that God created in the jungle where it belongs, and you spray paint him white, and take him to Las Vegas. Yeah, the rare white tiger. Yeah, why? Because you almost ran out of paint? Put this poor animal on stage with lasers and smoke machines and music and 2 fags chasing each other around up there. I mean, how long do you think that was going to go before the tiger was like, this shit ends tonight? Say goodbye, motherfucker, because it's over. And if I had to bet who was going to get hurt, Siegfried or Roy, I would have always put my money on Roy. Because Siegfried doesn't do a fucking thing. Roy's the one that always takes the chances. He's the guy with the head in the tiger's mouth. And Siegfried's like, ta-da! Hey, how about that? Yeah, how about that, douchebag? Get over there with him. He's literally as far away as you can be from Roy and the tiger and still legally be in the showroom. And he's got a mic in one hand and a doorknob in the other. And now, Roy's going to paint his dick like a porterhouse steak and wave it in front of the hungry tiger. While I slip out to the pottery barn to pick out a duvet cover. I remember the night that happened, and they said a lady in the audience had a weird hairdo and the tiger freaked out. And then nobody went for it. And the next day was, the tiger didn't attack Roy. He thought he was having a stroke and he was dragging him off stage to safety. Yeah, the tiger thought Roy was having a stroke? That's something, because the way I understand it, most tigers that go to med school don't specialize in neurology. Hey, looks like Roy's having a stroke. Maybe I'll bite his head off. That should lower his blood pressure. Fucking Siegfried. I just saw Roy and he couldn't talk. Yeah, surprised? Couldn't talk. What was he going to say besides, where the fuck were you? Some boyfriend I got. When you want head, then it's Roy. And then I see him on TV with Maria Shriver, and Siegfried said the tiger that bit Roy was not destroyed and still lives in the house with them, and that they're not afraid of him. Well, I want to hear Roy say that. That's Siegfried. Hey, Roy. Not afraid. That'd be great to sneak up behind him and go. There would be shit flying out of his shirt sleeves. Oh yeah, we went to this amusement park, and my daughter wanted me to go on this roller coaster with her. I don't like roller coasters, and they're not even the kind I grew up with. I mean, you know, it's not like Thomas the Train where you're. This thing is, I think it was called dueling diarrhea. It's at Universal Studios. You know what I'm talking about? Takes off in two opposite directions at the same time, and at the end, they just miss each other. Well, I don't need that kind of shit in my life. And this thing is basically a little wider than a meat hook, and you're just hanging from that. Your legs are hanging free, your arms are hanging free. There's a metal bar, and then the guy you're going to get killed with. And they got some 17-year-old checking your seatbelt, and I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. You can't even control your own complexion. I'm not going to put my life in your hands. And they don't even warn you. This thing takes off like a rocket sled. I mean, they don't go, is everybody ready to go? This guy's like, I heard tomorrow. And all you hear is screams for like 8 seconds, and then it's back. And everyone looks like they just saw where you go when you die. They do. They do. My daughter said, Dad, she took me to a video booth. Look, we can get a picture of you and me on the roller coaster. Everybody on there is like this. Like they're coming out of a funeral home on a conveyor belt. I said, I'm not going on. She said, really, Dad? And I said, I don't want to do it. I just, She said, look at all the kids on this ride. What's the worst thing that could happen? Well, how about the roller coaster derails at 180 miles an hour and we fly out into the parking lot? And then I'm steering myself in a wheelchair by blowing in a straw for the rest of my life. Sound like a fair trade for 8 seconds on a ride? Not to mention what that would do for my career. Here's your headliner, Robert Shimmel. Yeah. Not funny, but how long do you think you could live like that before your wife's banging some other guy? And they're doing it right in your house, and you can't even catch them because they can hear you coming. So they're in another room doing it, and you're like, shit, your husband's coming. It's going to take him 20 minutes. Don't stop. I put a speed bump in the hallway. I don't know where the idea for that joke came from. But I do remember the first time I did it, I was at a theater in Michigan, and I came off stage. There was like 400 people in the lobby, and all of a sudden the crowd parts, and here's a guy in a wheelchair blowing himself over to me, and everyone in the crowd's like, I gotta see this. And I'm like, oh man, you're pissed off about the joke, right? He said, I'm a little upset. And I said, I didn't mean anything malicious by it. And he said, I got a sense of humor about being in a wheelchair, but there's like 9 different ways my wife and I can have sex, and you didn't mention any of them. And then I felt really shitty, because I was married for 29 years, and we only had 2 ways. And one of them she didn't have to be there for. I got to host the Adult Film Awards. It's called the AVN Awards, and thanks. Yeah, it's a fun event, the Porno Awards, and a real boost for your career too. I can't tell you. Once you hand out the biggest cock in the world award, the networks start a real bidding war over you. So, but they do send you every porno movie that's nominated in case you want to watch them and write jokes about them, so, because there's a lot of joke writing going on when you're watching porno movies. I can't tell you how many times I was like, gee, I thought of something funny. Let me stop what I'm doing and find a pen. movies I got was nominated for Best Foreign Adult Film. It was called Budapest Gang